Welcome to week 12 of my half marathon training plan. It is the penultimate week of the plan, and I'm really looking forward to get going. If you haven't seen any of the previous content, then check that out. That is already up on the channel. And the big focus this week is to test out my running shoes, my new running shoes, my Adidas Supernova. Where are they? My gorgeous Adidas Supernova Rise 3s, because if you haven't seen anything, very, very quick Cliff Notes version. They're great, they feel great, they fit great, they're very springy, they're good to walk and stand and run in, but towards the end of my first run with them last week, the right one started to rub a little bit in the inside of my foot. I don't know if that's just a case of breaking the shoe in, having new running shoes, or if it's just because the shoe isn't quite right for me, but that's the purpose of this week. I should have tested them a bit more last week, I never had the time, but I'm going to do at least 2 runs this week in the new shoe, but I've got a very, very busy start to the week. Today being Monday, the 23rd, I've not been able to do anything, it's just the start of the week, that's how things go. Tomorrow and Wednesday, I've got quite a lot of work commitments on in the office and I won't get back until late, so the first run realistically is going to be Thursday. So let's see how it goes. I'm really looking forward to it. In terms of the plan, you might, and again, if you haven't seen the previous content, I kind of stopped running as part of the plan for at least 2.5, if not 3 weeks due to illness and whatnot. I never ticked off the runs that I did do in the in-between, so like the 16 and the 18k, so therefore I stopped the plan, and then when I restarted the plan, it gave me the option to kind of rejig it a little bit based on what I'd missed and based on what I've got left to do, which is actually quite handy and quite nice. So the last 2 weeks of the plan have been rejigged ever so slightly, 2 runs this week and then 2 runs next week, one of them being the actual half. So yeah, let's get the week started. Monday the 23rd, probably no running updates until Thursday this week, but I might give you an update in between now and then. Yeah, feeling excited, feeling nervous, feeling a mix of emotions. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to getting this week done and then planning properly for the final week into the half. But yeah, let's get on with it. It is Saturday, the 29th, and I'm going at my first run of the week and potentially my second last run before the half, which is exciting but scary. So I'm aiming between 6 and 10 kilometers today roughly. That's between 2 different types of runs on my Runner app. I've got my shoes on. And the purpose is just to see if they fit, if they do better, if they just need to be broken in. I'm not really sure. I'll take you with me, maybe check in halfway depending on the length of the run, and I'll let you know how the shoes are as well. So I'm hoping it's going to be fine. It was just the right shoe that was rubbing a little bit beforehand. The left one was completely fine. They feel good. I've got my slightly thicker Adidas socks on today, so maybe it was poor socks before as well. But yeah, let's go and see how they get on. Run finished. It was 34.09 all in. Pretty good pace, feeling pretty good. 6 kilometers all in as well, which I should say, sorry. And I stopped because my foot started to rub a little bit again. So I think I've got another run, or I do have one more run before the big half, and hopefully that'll help me determine whether these shoes are right for me. But the actual run itself was good. Oh, and with that, we are at the end of week 12, the second last week, it's essentially the last week of training because next week is the week of the run, which is exciting and nervous and whatever, but we're at the end of the week and it's been good. Like I said or mentioned in the previous clip, I went out that run with the Adidas on and my right foot started to rub a little bit again, not as much as it did before, and I don't know if that's because I wore maybe thicker, better socks, so it was kind of keeping it at bay, or if it was, I was just breaking them in a bit more and it wasn't as intense, or a combination of the two. I don't really know quite as of yet. It wasn't as bad, and I did technically run a little bit longer, which is nice. But yeah, it wasn't as pain-free or as irritant-free as I was maybe hoping it was going to be. The left one, good as gold, absolutely fine, not a problem. It's the right one in the same spot that had that same little bit. The actual run was good. They're comfortable. They're springy. They're nice. The run was enjoyable. It wasn't a bad run. It was actually a decent time for as far as I'm concerned. So I'm going to go another run on Wednesday or Thursday. I'm not going to do anything too crazy. Maybe another 6k. I think that's the run that's in my runner plan for week 13. and then I'm going to judge it from there. If it is the same or worse, I'm not going to wear them for the run on Sunday. If it's gone or even just, even a little bit better, I'm going to assume it is going to be breaking in, and I'm just going to keep wearing them over the next few days to kind of break them in a bit more, test them properly on Saturday, and then get ready for the run on Sunday. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you're new here, you're more than welcome to subscribe, all that good stuff. Apologies if there's been a flurry of content over the past couple of days. I've had at least 4 or 5 weeks to catch up on in terms of content, and I'm really getting my shit together just before the run as well. So if you've seen all that, then great. If you haven't, then whatever, that's fine. Next week is the week, so I'm going to treat it the same way, but it's not going to be a week of training. It's going to be the week of the run. I'm going to take you with me from the Monday to the Sunday and to the end of the run, and it's going to be fun and it's going to be great. But anyway, my name is Sam. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week when I cross the finish line of my very first half marathon and see how I feel. But yeah, see you there. I would like to apologise because still not level. Because I didn't realise how little I actually filmed that week. So that video came out to 5 minutes and 30 seconds, roughly, give or take. And when I was finished the edit and I put my run in, I thought, that is such a lazy effort at doing some sort of weekly vlog. So I don't have any additional content for you other than this little back and forth to kind of pad it out a little bit. But it's really just to say I am sorry for that. I know some of it has been a little bit rushed over the past week or two. I am currently in the final week in the run up to the half, which is exciting. But yeah, sorry about that. That was, I in my mind, before I edited this, I thought I've got tons of content. I've done a run, I've done all these other bits and pieces. Turns out I'd done an intro, I'd done a run, and I'd done an outro, and that was it. So I am sorry about that. I've already started doing or recording the final week since we're halfway through it, or a couple of days into it. So that one will be a little bit more fleshed out. But yeah, I am sorry about that. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. But again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the support. Subs are going up, views are going up, engagements in terms of actual comments and conversation is going up, which is wonderful. Some of the videos are actually taking off a little bit more than others, which is really, really nice, comparative to the other videos and comparative to the size of my channel. So that's wonderful. Yeah, overall I'm feeling quite good, I'm feeling quite happy, I'm feeling nervous, and I don't think I'm fully prepared for the run, and I don't think I will be at this point. Again, I think I'm going to finish it, but it could have been way better. I could have been way better prepared, and I could have been way more efficient with the entire process. But it's my first one, there's lessons learned here, this is very much trial and error, and once I've done and I've crossed that finish line, I'm going to be so proud of myself. And then it's on to the next one. I've already got my next race lined up for June, which is a 10k, so light work at this point, but I signed up for it way before I started thinking about half marathons. But anyway, I'll talk about that a little bit later on. Again, I'm in the middle of recording the final week. We've got 4 days to go, essentially. Yeah, 4 days, that's wild. Anyway, thank you for watching. Sorry about the length of this video, sorry for this little outro to pad it out a little bit more. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'm sure I'll see you next time, hopefully. Anyway, have a good day, and maybe I'll see some of you at the run, maybe not. Anyway, bye!